Well, the Bollywood drug link has exploded. Remember, we started with justice for Sushant Singh Rajput, which led us to very serious charges being levelled by his family that it was a drug link which led to his demise, unfortunate demise. And following which, the NCB started looking into Riya Chakravarti, which took the investigations towards Jaya Saha, and now you have all of this untangling. What we are getting for you is hard facts. It's not rhetoric. These are drug chats that we've managed to access between Deepika Padukone and Karishma. Let's start and tell you what exactly these chats are saying. Well, we have the first message coming in October 2017 at 10 a.m. Deepika messages Karishma, who is an employee at Quan and the manager, the talent manager of Deepika Padukone. K, Mal you have. To which Karishma replies saying, I have, but at home. Right now, I am at Bandra. To which then she goes on to say, I can ask Amit if you want. Amit is, remember, yet another employee of Quan. That's where it all comes down to. All roads have been leading towards Quan. Following which Deepika says, yes, please, essentially asking Amit to deliver, it seems, banned substances and psychotropic drugs. In fact, you have Karishma, following which he says, Amit has, he's carrying it. So you have an affirmation of what they are talking about, but this is what's really incriminating. Deepika then messages. First, it was just a mention of Mal. Now Deepika says, Hashna, not weed. That is when Karishma says, yes, hash. And which is why now Deepika Padukone herself is under the lens. Karishma also says, what time are you coming to Coco? Here on Times Now, we also have managed to access several pictures and visuals of these same stars such as Deepika Padukone at Coco, which is, I believe, a very popular club in Mumbai. They all were frequent visitors of Coco, and now all of this drug chat is coming together. That yes, indeed, they were discussing drugs. Very categorically, Deepika Padukone asked for hash, not weed, and she was discussing it with Karishma. So what's really important in all of this, which is now coming out, is the link that Quan agents were playing in the midst of it all. What kind of services were they providing other than just talent managing? Let me go across to Tamal Saha, who's joining us, as well as Imran. Tamal, several serious questions are now coming up. We are looking at Quan and the entire murky Bollywood link which is now emerging. But Tamal, if you can tell us what's happening inside the Narcotics Bureau right now. What are you picking up from your sources? I believe Jaya Saha as well as Dhruv Chitkopekar are being questioned. What have they revealed so far?
Well, that's right. In fact, Jaya Saha came around 12 noon, little before 12 noon, and it's been over 3 hours that she is inside. Mind it, today isn't the first time that she has appeared before the NCB. In fact, today is the second time she is being questioned by NCB. Why? Because yesterday she came in late, and details that she had already presented before the NCB had made it almost mandatory for NCB to probe deep further. And thus, Jaya Saha, who had been in middle of a lot of WhatsApp conversation, Jaya Saha, who works for Quan Management, talent management company, but apparently had been giving a lot of other services to the A-listers, including Deepika Padukone, and we know there are other associates like Karishma, who works at Quan Talent Management Company and is a close associate giving service to Deepika Padukone. It has now come to the forefront. We have shown those chats. NCB is in know of much more, and they are saying, having picked up from sources, that NCB is trying to understand as what kind of services Quan Talent Management Company was actually offering to these A-listers. Mind it, the talent management company's primary job is to build image of all these actors, all these celebrities. When it comes to issuing a statement, when it comes to making an appearance, when it comes to going somewhere and doing a brand endorsement, how to do it, what should be the style like, everything is suggested, advised by such talent management companies. But the charts which you have shown expose a dark underbelly existing in Mumbai, where Quan Talent Management Company allegedly had been equally party to and part of, where Quan Talent Management Company employee, at least Jaya Saha, had engaged in conversations like hash, like CBD oil, and thus NCB is trying to understand from Jaya Saha and the other
employers. Which is why straight questions like being asked to the employees of Quan. But let's also untangle the entire Quan nexus which is now now coming to light. Who really was Kwon linked to? And this is the interesting part. Let's show our viewers how you have right at the top Madhu Mantera. He's of course the owner of Kwon, and his name has come up in connection to Jaya Saha. But what's interesting, what is Kwon? Who really owns stake in it? Well, interestingly, the majority stakeholder of Kwon is Uniworld, being Talented. That is another agency. And this is the majority stakeholder in Kwon. But what's interesting is who really owns Being Talent? Well, no surprises there. One of the directors is none other than Salman Khan. In addition to that, Being Talented is also owned by, and one of the directors is that of Nikhil Dwivedi. Then there is Amit Dangi and Vikram Tanwar. Why is this, all of this linking up to Sushant Singh Rajput? Well, it's because of this man, Varun Mathur. Varun Mathur also has a stake in Being Talented. Varun Mathur, incidentally, is also one of the co-founders of Insai Venture, which is founded by Sushant Singh Rajput and Varun Mathur. This is how Kwon comes into light and all links up to Sushant Singh Rajput. Remember, that is our primary focus, to get justice for Sushant. Let me go across to several of our viewers who are joining us. There's Shailesh, our first viewer, calling us from Mumbai. Go ahead, Shailesh. What would you like to say?
Yeah, thank you so much, madam. Good, you have done fantastic explanation. Simple way you explained to us. Thank you so much. Number one, madam, this Kwon Talent Management Company, it is not a Kwon Talent Management. It is a Kwon Talent Destruction Company through drug peddling, drug management, drug selling. Second point, madam, why our opposition leaders are silent, especially Mr. Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Vadra. Rahul Gandhi tweets on everything, but why is silent? He is in government in Maharashtra. He is not speaking anything about drugs in Mumbai. He used to say so many things about drugs in Punjab. I think he must be, people are saying he is well aware of the drug thing. So why is not talking? Nation wants to know. I think reporters should ask.
Well, the nation wants to know. We'll have to wait and see if any big name from the world of politics is ready to come out today and say this needs to stop. The cleanup of Bollywood needs to begin. You're absolutely right. Our viewer, someone who is a common man of India, is saying, why are the politicians of the opposition parties not backing this cleanup move? Let me go across to Biju, one of our viewers calling us from Dubai. Go ahead, Biju. What would you like to say?
And first and foremost, it's an amazing job what Times Now and the reporters have done, because it's so tough to come out with all this.
Thank you so much, Biju.
What I want to tell here is the denial mode in which our political dispensation is, especially the ruling government in Maharashtra and the political parties like Jaya Bachchan and all, who are not acknowledging this fact. The very fact, I think everybody should keep aside their ruling, their political views, come forward. This is something threatening the nation, the future, and try and clear this menace once and for all. We are not telling it's only Bollywood, it would spread everywhere, but let us start from here. Irrespective, I've seen a lot of people who come on a panel which take sides, but I think they should keep that aside, let the media do their job, let the investigation agencies do their job, cooperate with it, let the front runners, A-listers of Bollywood come forward, the good ones whom they say they are good people, come forth with their views, help the investigation. That's the only way. Otherwise, the people are going to be in a shock.
Well, absolutely. Let me go across to Rati also, who's joining us. Another one of our viewers who's calling is, what would you like to say?
Last time when you brought about the connection, underworld or anti-national connection with Bollywood stars, nobody uttered a single word. And now when they say that Jaya Bachchan comes up and says we contribute, we entertain and we give donations to a national calamity, all that, does this mean it is justified that you are contributing to the nation and you can do all this? No way.
Not contribution to the nation. Thank you so much, Rati, for joining us. Remember, these voices are so very important because this is what the sentiment on the ground is. There's also Natarajan who's joining us, one of our viewers from Chennai. Go ahead, Natarajan. What would you like to say?
Good afternoon. See, this is nothing new in the Bollywood. See, one of the actresses, Kangana, has admitted that she was in an affair with so many people, a married person for 4 years, 5 years. And after that, she said, if you want to become a hero, you have to be the wife of a hero for some days. See, these are all very normal in these activities. This is a part of the game. It is okay. I'm not supporting all these things. But when this is becoming a part of the show, I don't know why people are making such a hue and cry. And this is not new. This is happening for years together. She openly admits, I have done this one, I have done this one. And nobody bothers to question her. Now, everybody is questioning all the people. Now, see, this is the government played the game. They wanted to divert the attention, and this is going on in all the channels. And it's now not at all advisable to see any of the channels.
That's very interesting, because at the end of it, here on Times Now, we are committed to showing you what is evidence. This is what the investigative agencies are looking through, sifting through, which is why it's important to put out the evidence instead of dabbling in rhetoric.